Hi, I think I'm live. This thing keeps telling me that my internet is wobbly, but I'm hoping and believing it will stay still till I'm done. So, how are you? Thanks for joining me. For those who are watching live and for those who will be watching the replay, it is a pleasure to have you watch this Facebook Live with me. I basically wanted to talk about a topic called Discovering Why God Made You because I should introduce myself for those who do not know me. My name is Detola Amore, and I'm the founder of Super Okay Mom, where I help Christian moms maximize their time so that they can manifest their dreams. But then the interesting thing is, hi Tony, thanks for joining. The interesting thing is a lot of women are still stuck not knowing why they were made or why they were created. And so how do you begin to manifest dreams, or how do you begin to manifest what God has laid in your heart when you're not even sure what that is? So I wanted to address that today, that before you can even get to a point of maximizing your time or manifesting big dreams, you need to even know what those dreams are. You need to know why you were created. So Tony, can you hear me? Let me know that you can hear me, so that I know that you can hear me. So yes, hi to everyone else who's joined. Thanks for joining, and I'm glad to have you here. So this topic is quite extensive, but I will just touch on a few points today that can keep you going, especially if you are in a place where you are not sure. Hi, Folake. Thanks for joining me. If you're not sure what your big dreams are, why you were created. Like I said, a lot of people tell me, oh, I feel like I'm just going around in circles. I'm not sure why I was made. I feel like I'm just taking up space. And I definitely can relate to that feeling, because for a long, long time, I used to feel that way before. Like I just thought, it was about growing up, getting a job, getting married and having children. And a lot of people are still stuck in that cycle where they only get meaning and fulfillment by relationships, by that by having children, by having a good job, by having fame, achievements. But then at the end of at the end of all of that, they still want more. They're like, there's still more. I know there's still more, but they can't really pinpoint what that more is. And that more really is knowing what you were born to do. So the first thing I wanted to say about discovering why God made you is knowing that He created you for a reason, a specific reason. For a long time I used to think, yeah, I know God loves me. I was here for a reason. But then when I began to see it in the light of I was made for a specific reason, it dawned on me like, oh my God, I am not just here to take up space. I'm not just part of the statistics. I am here for a specific reason. And where do I get this from? I get it from Jeremiah 1:5. So I have my Bible here with me. And Jeremiah 1:5 basically says, this is God talking to Jeremiah and of course to us as well. It says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew and approved of you as my chosen instrument. And before you were born, I separated and set you apart, consecrating you, and I appointed you as a prophet to the nation. So before each and every one of us was formed in our mother's womb, God assigned a specific assignment for us. Isn't that amazing? To know that I was put on planet Earth for a particular reason. So that's that. So the first way to even know why you've been the first way to know why you are here, or to discover why you were born, is to go back to the one who made you, which is God. Think about it. If a car was created by someone, if the car decides, you know what, today I am deciding to be a trumpet, I don't want to be a car, I don't want to be a mode of transportation anymore, then they are obviously not fulfilling the purpose for which they were created, which is to transport people from one place to the other in a particular way. If a car decided to be a train, they are not fulfilling the particular purpose for which it was created. Do you see where I'm going to with this? So for you to even discover why you are here, you need to have a relationship with your Creator. You need to go back to Him and say, okay, Lord, what am I here for? Why have you created me? And by having that intimate relationship with Him is when you can begin to know why you were created. So that's the first reason. You need to go back and have a relationship with the one who created you, who set you apart, who chose you, which is God. So that's that one. The other thing, like I said, is it still links back to Him. It still links back to God and saying, okay, this is my Creator. Why has He made me? And knowing that you cannot boast in your own wisdom or abilities because He gave them to you. So if you look at Jeremiah 9:23 and 24, it says, thus says the Lord, let not a wise man boast of his wisdom, and let not a mighty man boast of his might. Let not a rich man boast of his riches, but let him who boasts boast of this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who exercises loving kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth. For I delight in these things. So you can't boast in your own abilities and say, yes, I've arrived. I have the latest BM series or whatever. I live in a 5-bed house. Yes, all those things are good and great. Don't get me wrong. But then you need to seek His face first. You need to seek knowing Him and saying, I want to know you more. And all these other things would have meaning. So that's the other point I wanted to make. Whatever you have, if you're not using it to the glory of God, then there's a problem. Okay. Now, another issue that I think a lot of people have is trying to pigeonhole themselves into a particular mold and think if I don't have this specific calling, like if I'm not a pastor or if I'm not a teacher or something, then I don't have a purpose. No, it's not about, being pigeonholed into a specific niche or into a specific thing that you are doing. Yes, it's good if, you have this role or title, but that's not the only way that you are living out your purpose. Remember, I already said that you start to discover who you are when you have an intimate relationship with the person who created you. So that's the first thing. You are spending time with Him. You are ministering to Him because He created us for His pleasure. Don't forget. He didn't just create us for ourselves, but to give back praises and worship to Him. Okay? So your purpose can be achieved in different ways. It doesn't have to be this one particular way. So let me give an example. So for me now, I write. One of my gifts is writing. So I wouldn't necessarily call myself a writer in that is not all I do. I do other things. But through my gift of writing, I am able to know my purpose by encouraging others, writing books, speaking, and all of that. Because there are two main things. First, you're here to have a relationship with God and also to bless others through your gift. So discovering who you are comes by knowing what your gifts are. What are those things that come to you naturally? What do you find so easy to do that you don't acknowledge it? And other people go, oh wow, you're so good with that. You're so good with this. I already gave an example of one of my gifts, which is writing. It comes effortlessly to me. Sometimes I don't even see it as a big deal. But then other people are like, oh, you write so well. Oh, you do this, you do that. So what are those things that come to you naturally? Think about them. That is part of where your calling is, your purpose is. And that is part of what that is part of you discovering why you were born. So for example, someone might sing so well. You sing so you can sing the hymn book, in your sleep. For some of us, we are like, oh my God, wow, she has a lovely voice. But to you, it comes so effortlessly. That is part of why you were created. No one else can do it the way you do it. Another way to discover who you are is which we've touched on already, what have people already told you that you're good at? When people keep repeating the same thing to you over and over and over again, don't take it for granted. Write it down. If you say, "Oh, you you know how to dress properly, you know how to dress well, you know how to combine colors," pick up on that. There might be something there for you. "Oh, you make creative dishes. Your food is not just, ordinary. You know how to plate, you know how to do this." Listen to what they are saying. Don't take it for granted. Just because you can do it, in your sleep, does not mean that it is not valuable. It is valuable. In fact, it is more valuable when other people appreciate it, because you're using your gifts for others. Your gift is not for you. Your gift is not meant to be used for you. It is meant for you to bless others with. The other way to know, to discover why you are here, or why you've been created, is what burdens your heart. What is that thing that you can, and when I talk about burdens your heart, I don't mean weighs you down to the point that you can't do anything, but it burdens you in a way that you want to help. So for me, one thing that burdens my heart is seeing mothers abandon their dream because they think having children and doing what God has called them to do are mutually exclusive. No, they are not. That burdens me when women come up with excuses and go, "Oh, I can't do this. My time has passed. I should have tried when I was a teenager, or before I got married. Now that I'm married, I need to just dedicate my time to my family." Yes, dedicate your time to your family. Nobody is saying don't do that. That is fantastic. That is a calling. That's part of your calling. But I also believe that God has given you gifts for much more than just for your children, much more than just for your family, your husbands. Yes, that is your first ministry, but then He's also called you to help other people in a specific way. So that burdens my heart. And because that burdens my heart, I want to help. I want to be able to tell a mom out there that you can do this, because you've got the power in you. God has given you the ability to be a great wife, to be a great mom, and also to be a great daughter of His, doing what He has called you to do. I hope this is making sense. So those are, the three key ways that I believe you can begin to discover your purpose. First one is what comes to you naturally. What are those gifts that come to you naturally? Secondly, what have others told you? What are those things that people admire in you that you have taken for granted? And lastly, what burdens your heart? Have a think of these things. I mean, like I said, this topic is really extensive. It's much more than this. But then I want to be able to share this to say, take those three things away. And in the place of prayer, in the place of spending time with God, ask Him to begin to reveal that specific thing He has called you to do. But the last thing I'm going to say is, whatever you currently find your hand to do right now, whatever you are doing right now, on your way, to discovering more and more of why God created you, keep doing it. Keep doing it well. Because even the Bible says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it well. Do it to the glory of God. So even if you're in a job that you don't like, and your heart's desire is to leave this job, while you're still there waiting for the next step, while you're still there knowing what else it is you're meant to be doing, do that job well. Do it well. Or if it's the reverse, you've been applying for roles, you want to get into the marketplace, but then, that job hasn't materialized yet. What is it that you're doing now? Keep doing it well. Is it spending time with your children? Do it well. Is it writing? Do it well. You never know. I mean, this is part of your preparation, because you have been chosen for such a time like this. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow to get you to the place where God is calling you to be. So, for example, for me now, like I said, I write. Just last week, a top organization in Nigeria, approached me and said they wanted me to be one of their writers, contributors. And out of the blues, I was like, seriously? But then one thing they said to me struck me. They said, we've noticed you. We noticed that you've been consistent with what you've been doing with your own platform. And that's why, it wasn't even a long-winded process. It was just a normal conversation via Facebook Messenger, and that's how I got the deal. So what is that thing that you find yourself doing now? Keep doing it. Stay consistent and just keep doing it to the glory of God. Very soon, things will begin to unfold and things will begin to happen. So that's me done. If you're just joining us, please start from the beginning so you can hear some of the things I've already said. And of course, like I said, this is just, a short Facebook live session to go through a bit of a bigger topic. And if you want to know more, about your calling, if you already know your calling but you're not walking in it due to fear or one thing or the other, or if you want to take things to the next level, then I would like to invite you to the Empowering Mothers Conference, which is happening on September 24 in Bexleyheath, UK. And we're going to be diving in deeper. We're going to be looking more extensively on in this topic, where we're going to be looking at calling, if you've given up. Basically, we're going to be encouraging you. And at the end of the conference, you are going to be in a better place. Hi, Mo. Thanks for joining. And of course, it's here in the UK. But we have amazing speakers who are going to be here. I'm going to leave the link for you to register. It's a free event, but then you need to register so that we can cater adequately for those who are coming. So it will be my pleasure to see you there. It will be my pleasure to host you. I know that you coming to that conference is going to change your life. I know, because God told me. He said those who are coming's lives are going to be changed. So yes, that's me done. And like I said, if you're just joining us, please watch from the beginning. If you're watching the replay, I hope you found this useful. And I look forward to catching up with you ladies another day. So again, my name is Detola Amore, the founder of Super Okay Mom, where we help Christian moms to maximize their time so that they can manifest their God-given dreams. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. Bye. You're welcome. Thanks for sorry, I just saw that. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye.